Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. I'm going to be sharing my screen and showing you and giving you a little bit more of an example on when to buy and sell stocks, especially if you're someone that's just getting started. So I'm actually trading ticker symbol TQQQ, which is a overall ETF that follows the NASDAQ, right? As of right now, I'm up a little bit over $200 on this specific position due to this descending pattern. Just because I don't know its overall direction, there's no pullback confirmation, and I'll explain to you exactly what that means in just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and have my order ready to sell. And if I see this thing drop below and start making lower lows, I'm simply going to lock in profits. Again, my main focus when it comes down to investing is making sure that every time that I enter and exit a position, I understand exactly what it is that I'm doing. And sometimes, of course, we always make mistakes. But one of the things that I want to make sure that I try the best and that I try to do to the best of my ability is to make sure that I always invest in something that's actively trending up. And as of right now, I'm having a difficult time understanding if this thing is going to continue to make lower highs or if it's going to actually make higher highs. So I think we just broke a little bit over 300. Okay, not bad there. I'm just going to go ahead and lock in profits, right? It's pushing up right now, and that's great. One of my main focuses, again, has always been just locking in profits. So I'm just going to go ahead and send it. Overall market price, there we go. Here we go. So got filled at 46.90, not bad. Most likely it will continue to uptrend. I'm going to close that out, but actually didn't plan on selling or trading really. But one thing that I wanted to talk about is like, how do you know when to buy and how do you know when to sell, right? So when it comes down to the way that I trade, and again, this is my specific style. It does not mean that this is a specific style that you have to meet. So like, why is it that I sold my position at that price point? Why did that make sense to me? Like, how do you know when to buy? How do you know when to sell? I'm going to try to keep it very simple. As of right now, trading TQQQ and the inverse ETF, which is just simply an S in front of it, when one goes up, the other one goes down, and vice versa, right? And then they follow a specific future that I follow that's /NQ or /ES, depending on what it is that you want to follow, right? When it comes down to, okay, so like as of right now, it's still showing signs of an uptrend. So some people are going to be like, Ricky, you sold way too early. Why is it that you sold at that specific price point? Like, I literally just sold the inverse ETF, which was SQQQ. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys can go search up my name, Ricky Gutierrez. I just hit 70,000 followers on Instagram, so I really do appreciate that. But I sold as it pushed above 1570. Why is it, and this is the example that I wanted to use, why is it that I sold at 1570? Why did that make sense? So what I like to focus on are ranges, not exact price points, but ranges. How many of you, if you're just getting started, do you try to focus on investing in something that's like at the lowest point, right? We always try to get in at the best price point or exit at the highest price point. Yes, you can have that approach, and I don't want to say that my approach is the best because that's definitely not the case. I just want to share my approach and what has worked for a lot of the people that I mentor within, Learn, Plan, Profit. And it's understanding when something is overbought and when something is oversold, when something is a good deal and when something is more in a sell price range. Easiest way to put it, right? So if I look at this, if I'm looking at day trading something and I look at SQQQ, I could see the low points, I could see the high points. It doesn't always bounce at exactly, what was this? 1499, right? And then this time it bounced at 1496. But what I can make sense of is I'm going to change my drawing tool and I'm going to change it to this little rectangle. And what I want to say is that, okay, it built a support around $15 and it built a resistance. It becomes more overbought, so it peaks out, right? So it gets rejected at around 1570, right? So yes, it can continue to push up, but it could also get rejected around that general area. So what I like to do is, again, this is something that we've talked about multiple times before. If you're part of Learn, Plan, Profit, which is our private course group, you should be well aware of this, right? That's more of the sell range as of right now on this 1 day, 1 minute chart, right? And when it comes down, I keep saying right, my goodness. And when it comes down to the support on when it's a better buy, when it's a better deal, then, around $15, it makes sense, right? Okay, I need to stop saying that. But what I like to focus on is understanding the low points, understanding the high points. You can use this same concept when something is trending up or when something is trending down. It's this range in the way that a stock either offers a horizontal pattern. Horizontal patterns are obviously much easier for me to make sense of, as in there's something like this where the support and resistance offers a horizontal pattern. But you can see this many times when it comes down to like CROX, right? CROX on the 180-day chart, this is an ascending uptrend pattern. So you can draw an ascending resistance. Whoa, wrong tool. You can draw an ascending resistance, as in like at every where it becomes a little bit more on the overbought side, and you can draw an ascending support. So the good points to buy around, the good price ranges to buy, and the good price ranges to possibly sell. Again, there's never exact price points. And why is that so important? Because you become much more open-minded when you understand when something is overbought or oversold. So do you see this? Now it's showing signs of a continuous downtrend. It got rejected by this EMA line, and that makes me want to continue to invest in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a little bit more to my position. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add 400 shares. Keeping it very simple. That's 50% of what I normally take. I'm just going to add it there. There we go. So we're approaching that resistance right around $47. But what I'm making sense of is, first of all, the EMA line is now pointing up, right? The EMA line is now pointing up. Now when it comes down to the breakdown of TQQQ, which is the exact inverse of SQQQ, I could understand the low points. I could understand the high points. So now that it's pushing up, I know that when it becomes and gets closer to previous resistance levels, and that's all I'm trading based off of, previous patterns. I'm not a fundamental trader, I'm a technical trader. So once it becomes a little bit closer to the 48.40, 48.40 plus range, I understand that it's probably going to become a little bit more on the overbought side. So not so much of a good deal. So it makes sense on why I should probably lock in profits. So how much am I up right now? So 64, not much. Okay, but what I want to end it with is this. There's never going to be an exact like buy point. The reason that I'm saying this is because so many people are always like asking like, when's the right time to buy? When's the right time to sell? If you focus so much more on the big picture of, are you getting a good deal, or is the stock that you're about to invest in overbought, not a good deal? If you focus on those just simple criterias, you are going to be so much better off. So getting a good deal, confirmation of an uptrend, and obviously that the margin of profit that it has left to cover is worth it. And trust me, just like Austin is saying right now. So Austin, I want to give you a shout out, and I hope that you're okay with this. But Austin is saying, the hardest part for me is to be patient and let the reversal completely happen. 100%. Patience and discipline is always the most difficult thing. You guys know that when something is pushing up, so when I sold SQQQ, right now, you guys can check out my Instagram, literally like 10 minutes ago. I locked in profits a little bit over $500. I sold, and guess what? It continued to uptrend about another almost 20 cents. With the amount of shares that I had, that was like $200 to $300. So trust me, the FOMO is there. FOMO means fear of missing out. Trust me, it's there. But what I know, and again, this is me thinking big picture. I know that if I buy back in to try to make that extra margin, try to squeeze every single cent out of SQQQ, I'm not a perfect trader. No one is. And I know that once it becomes more overbought, the risk of it pulling back, so me giving back profits, is so much greater. So what's more important to me, right, is locking in profits and making sure that I enter at a price point that I think is good and exit at a price point that I think is overbought, more sold, right? More in that sell territory. And again, it's never a perfect picture. So you're going to make mistakes along the way. But as long as you focus, based on my experience, that you understand the pattern, that you understand the low points and the high points, and you wait patiently, and you're selective with what you choose to invest in, and you wait for the reversal to happen, you will be better off investing in patterns in which you understand. That's as easy, I think, as it gets. Planning to take your course next month. Super happy to hear that. And again, I want you guys all to know, you don't have to take my course to be successful. We're all wired in different ways. My course just simply allows you to watch me invest in the stock market live. So I gave you a little preview on Instagram. If you guys follow me on Instagram, it shows you like myself trading, right? I'm explaining like why I'm buying, why I'm selling, and stuff like that. Kind of like I did very, very like briefly here. But I do it for about an hour every single day at Market Open. So if you think working with myself and our whole private group, so you get access to a private group chat, and then you get access to the course for lifetime, If you think being a part of that community would be uplifting and motivating to you, I would love to be a part of your success. But I want you guys to know that you don't need it. You don't need anything to be successful. You can figure this out all by yourself. It just probably will take a longer amount of time because, again, you have no one to teach you the ropes. It's a very simple concept, right? Yes, I can act as a positive and maybe a quicker catalyst if you find my investing style attractive. I run the largest YouTube channel that invests in the stock market. Feel free to browse my videos. There's no secrets, right? You can learn everything that you can from the course on my YouTube videos. The course is just structured in a way that's much more time effective and much more time efficient. So that's really just it. I simply wanted to make sure that you guys all are all aware of that. We are running that $500 giveaway. I announced the winner tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you enroll in Learn, Plan, Profit by tomorrow, you're in the running. And we're going to be running a giveaway, like we've said, at minimum once a month, max twice. So I'm going to be running the giveaway tomorrow. I'm going to be announcing the winner, and I wish you guys the best of luck. But altogether, I hope that you guys had an amazing green day. Let's keep it simple. Let's lock in those profits, and let's make sure that our core focus is always getting in for a good deal. And Austin, I'm 100% right there with you, where it comes down to like patience is such a difficult quality and habit to adapt to. Trust me, I know that. Like I struggle with it every single day, and I've been doing this for years. But I want you to know that as time goes on, as long as you believe in yourself with what it is that you are doing, and you make sure that every time that you take a position, it makes sense, slowly but surely, just make sure that you don't, approach like the stock market in a very aggressive way. That's why we encourage you to start paper trading and simulation trading, because it makes much more sense that way, just as you're testing a new market out. So altogether, wish you guys an amazing rest of your Tuesday. Let's keep it simple. Let's lock in those profits, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I earned your thumbs up. Hopefully you can subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. And if you guys again want to enroll to Learn, Plan, Profit, that's that first link in the description, and that third link in the description is our free Facebook group of over 160,000 members, TechBot Solutions. Thank you guys again for your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note.